Welcome to Eastern Newsbeat. Bill Page reporting. Tricia Ziemer's on the camera, and today we're at the RACV AOMC British and European Motoring Show for 2020. So that's a long title, Andrew. What does all that mean?
It certainly is. It's basically a group of enthusiasts that once a year get together and showcase all their vehicles, including the MG Car Club, which we're a part of here today.
All right, so it's not just MGs, it's all British-made cars.
That's it, yes. We've combined with the group, and there's everything British as well included. So.
Okay, and there's a lot of cars here. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, it's a fantastic day, and it's great to see all the owners come and bring all their cars out to display. And a lot of young people coming out to have a look as well. What we're doing today is we're showcasing a few cars, and we've entered the Concours. And this particular car I've been working on for 2.5 years. It's a 1969 MGB Mark II. It was actually produced in Australia and put out there in the marketplace. It's the chrome grille model, and we've had pleasure in the last 2.5 years of putting the car together. I'll introduce you to the owner, Craig, who's been helping me yesterday, cleaning the wheels, and we started the car yesterday for the first time, but I'll introduce you to Craig and he can have a chat as well.
Okay, but first of all, you built the car, did you? From what, an old car that you found?
Yeah, Craig will tell you the story, but basically the car itself was in complete bits, in boxes, and had been off the road for about 25 years, and had just been pulled apart and waiting to be restored. It is number YGHN 4600, so it's the 600th MGB, Australian built. However, they did start their numbers at 501, so it's actually number 99 built in Australia. So we've tried to reproduce the car as it left the factory in New South Wales to the dealership. So hence you'll see all the genuine markings and badges and decals on the vehicle itself.
Okay, now we'll talk to Craig. You're the owner of the vehicle.
Yes, I am the proud owner.
Tell us the story about where you saw it first and what you thought, oh, well, we can preserve this and rebuild it.
Yeah, so I've loved MGBs for a very long time. I owned one a long time ago and sold it.
You're not old enough to have liked them for so long.
Oh, that's very kind of you, but that's not quite true. This particular car I've known for about 25 years. It was owned by a friend of mine who was a mechanic. His name was Russell Edwards, and he had a workshop called Sandwich Motors in Port Melbourne. And about 20 years ago, he decided that he'd pull the car apart and restore it. He said to me, things are a bit quiet, so I'll do that. And then things got busier. So for 20 years, as the story goes, he wheeled the car in and out of the workshop until just a few years ago, he said, now it's time to retire. So I said, now are you finally going to restore it? And he said, well, now I haven't got any room to put it, and I'm going travelling. And he said, I tell you what, Craig, you've shown so much interest, I'll sell it to you. So we came to an arrangement, and I called my old schoolmate, Andrew, and I said, what do you think of this car? I want to go on a journey with you. And he said, look, I think that the car, whilst it's got a lot of rust in it and it's not in great condition, he said, I think we can bring it back to new. And that was my brief to him. Let's do that. Let's get it back to as it was when it came out of the factory. And 3 years of painstaking work, and it's a credit to Andrews to the condition it's in today.
So you helped him, though, build it, or did he do it all himself?
Well, I helped him. I gave him.
You cleaned the wheels, did you?
I cleaned the wheels yesterday, and I gave him a bit of moral support along the way. But honestly, I can take no credit for it, other than perhaps giving him a bit of guidance and helping him find some bits along the way. Andrew's done it all with his own hands, so all credit to him.
Well, we're still in the MG Car Club area, and we're in the winners' circles. Winners are grinners, and Bruce here, you're a winner.
Absolutely, and delighted to be a winner.
And what did you win?
Well, I think my TF here has won its class.
The red one next to me?
That beautiful little red car, yes.
Yeah. And it's a TF. What does that mean?
TF, well, they made them from about 1953 to 55, if I'm right about that, and this would be a 1955 model. So it's however old that is, 65 years old. Yep. Not quite as old as me.
But not as old as me. And we're in the winner's circle, and you said they're all lined up, and there must be about 20 of them, all lined up in their age order.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we start with the pre-war up here, and we come all the way around to the current day car.
Current day car.
The circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're a member of the MG Car Club?
A member of the car club.
Yep.
Love the car club. They do a fantastic job of this every year. It's great to come and see, not only to show your own car and share that with other people, but to look at all the other beautiful MGs.
Yeah. So what fascinates you about MG cars?
Well, I grew up with an MG. My mother drove an MG Y-Type when my brothers and I grew up as kids. We learned to drive in the MG Y-Type.
So
that's the car on my left here.
So it's a what type?
Y-Type.
Oh, Y-Type.
And that's the saloon model of the T-Series cars on your right. Beautiful little saloon car. And so we learned to drive in that. And I also had a neighbour a young man over the back fence who owned an MGTF like the one that I own here. So in my 20s I bought myself an MGTF, which I loved for several years, but it was 20 years old when I was in my 20s. It needed some work and I couldn't afford it, so I sold it. And about 40 years later I decided I really should revisit my love affair with my MGTF, and I bought myself another one. And so that's where this came a few years ago.
Yeah. And why a red one? Because there's lots of reds, and I mentioned to the other person I was interviewing, Alan, it means it goes faster, does it?
The girls like it.
Oh,
but,
okay.
No, I didn't actually want a red car, but I went looking for one of these, and this, by the way, I saw this car, it was in beautiful condition, and I thought, well, I wasn't looking for a red car, but this is beautiful, and I bought a red car, and now I love it.
So what colour was your mum's car?
She had a black. It was originally black, and we had it repainted British Racing Green when we were growing up. And the TF I owned was yellow, which wasn't an original TF colour, so it had been repainted yellow at some point.
You're bound to be seen if you're driving a yellow car.
It was visible, indeed, it was visible. Yeah.
So what's your fascination with the cars?
Well, look, this is a work of art, really. I love art. I love this art form. This is design in the 1950s. It's also fun to drive, but I like this is owning a piece of art, and the other cars that come here for me, they're works of art, and this is an opportunity today to share our works of art between each other. And you'll find most of the owners love looking at their cars and the other competitors' cars.
And you've won your class today. So is there an overall winner of all the classes?
There will be, yes. We don't know who that is yet.
All right. Do you know what the criteria will be?
I've got no idea.
So the judges keep it a bit secret, do they?
You can probably find out, but it'll be on presentation, and how much work's gone into the preparation going into these cars to get them looking like this is significant.
So it's probably within each class as good as you can get, but someone does better.
You might just have who's presented the perfect item, I would say, yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks very much for talking to us today.
Lovely to meet with you. Thank you.